Oh, hello. Welcome into my workshop. My name is Louis Palladini, and the name of the show is Creations in Clay. I'm just kind of adding the finishing touches to this dinosaur sculpture right here. It's of a T-Rex and a Triceratops facing off. I'll just give it a little spin here so you can see what it looks like. It's a smaller version of what you see in the beginning of the show when it starts. And, as you can tell, I really like dinosaurs. Last week I showed the Apatosaurus with the Allosaurus, and this one here, it's a pretty cool scene with the Triceratops. You know, these two were probably like enemies back in, I think they lived in the Cretaceous period. So, but today what I would like to show you is I want to show you how to make another type of animal. It's a favorite of everyone, especially around Easter. It's of a little bunny rabbit, this one right here. And what I'm going to do with this rabbit is I'm going to show you how to make it from start to finish. I'm going to show you how to paint it and show you how to do, how to paint it, because I use black here with a little pink. You see the little white cotton ball tail. And it's a very good animal to do, and it's going to be a very easy animal for people to copy. I think they'll enjoy doing it. But the types of clay that you can use, we have an air hardening clay here. It will harden like in a couple hours or overnight. And if you want to paint it, this is a good clay to use. And once it hardens, you're all set that way. But another type of clay that you can use is this oil-based modeling clay. This is one that I used to use. This type I used a lot when I was younger. And that you can make a lot of different things with this clay. And then once you get tired of whatever you made, you could, roll it up into a ball and make something new. It's a very good clay to work with. The only disadvantage is you can't paint it. My preference for the clay is something called Super Sculpey. And it hardens, you fire it in the oven at 275 for about 15-20 minutes, and it becomes hard, and then you can paint it, and you can do all kinds of incredible things with it. I mean, you can make a lot of fine detail with this, and it's a very good clay to use. And the types of, today we'll be using the balls of clay again, and I'll show you the various sizes that we'll be using. This here, little small ball of clay here, we're going to use for the little cottontail in the back. The body, we'll use this larger ball of clay right here, about this size, and this will be, like I said, the body. The next size ball of clay, we want to use this, and then we're going to use this for the head. And then for the back legs, we're going to use actually two pieces of clay. We're going to use this for like the back legs, and this is going to be actually the foot. So, but I'll show you as we proceed, and this will be the front leg, and then we have a couple of balls of clay here that we're going to use for the rabbit ears. The first step in the process we'll take is we're going to make the body. So we're going to take this piece of clay here, and we're going to just work it in our hands like this. Like I said, you almost want to make it into a potato shape. And you just kind of work it with your hands like that. And you just do that. And what I just kind of just work it with your fingers. And that's what the body will look like right now. Almost looks like that potato shape. So this is what it will look like from the side, the front, the bottom, the top, the back. So I'll show you how to make the back too. The next piece of clay that we're going to use is, I'm just going to roll this in my hands a little bit to make it a little rounder. So we'll take this, I put it in between my hands like that, and you roll it. So we want to shape the head now. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of take and almost make this into almost like an oval shape. We'll work it like this. I'll show you, we'll make that into this portion here that's going to be the front or the nose. So, and that's what it will look like from the side. We're just going to work it a little bit. And then I just want to make sure that I have the shape that we need. And so that's what it looks like from the front. That's what it's going to look like from the side. What we will do now is I'm going to take and work these two pieces of clay together. And we're going to kind of take a toothpick now too, and we'll kind of work that in like this, because we want to kind of blend those together. And we'll work it all the way around like that. That way we can attach the head to the body. So take that, just do it very slowly, and just kind of work it around like that. And that will attach the head to the body the way we want. And then I'll take this also, and I'll just kind of squeeze that in a little bit like that to make sure it's attached. The next step in the process we want to take is we want to make the little cottontail. So I'm going to take this ball of clay here, and we're going to take, and we're going to just roll that in our fingers a little bit, and we're going to attach that in the back like this. So we're going to attach that, and then we can take, and I'm going to do the same thing with a toothpick. Take it and just work it in just ever so slightly. Like this, see? And you can just work it just like that. We're going to go all the way around and work it in. And I'm going to use my fingers a little bit because I think that might make it a little easier. So kind of just work it in like that. And, you know, and it gives it that nice cotton-like tail that we're looking for. So the next step that we're going to take is we're going to make the hind legs. We're going to take this ball of clay here, and we're just going to kind of roll it in our fingers like this, but we're going to apply it to the side. So what I almost want to do is take it and make it into a disc, like this. And we're going to flatten it out a little bit. So as you can see there, that's what it kind of looks like from the side and the front and the other side. We're going to take and we're going to put this on the side of the rabbit like this. I'm going to take and put it right there. We're just going to kind of work it in like this. I think we'll use our fingers on this one. So we got that, but you gotta kind of just work that in like that. And we're going to do that we will do that on the other side also. We will take this ball of clay here, and we're going to take this ball of clay and just kind of flatten it out a little bit like we did before. I'll just do that. I'll show you. And we're going to, so that's what it will look like from the side. That's where the real close side shot. And we're going to put that on the other side of the rabbit. So we're going to work this in like this. Just kind of work that in like that. Just kind of give it the shape that we want. And then what I'm going to do is kind of take and squeeze that from the sides like this. And then I'm just going to take a look at it. Because what we can also do too is, I like to also do a comparison to what I had done previously. Like this little rabbit here. I'll look at the back legs and I'll say, do they look similar to the back legs there? So I can kind of use him as a model or a guide, so I can make sure that I'm making them consistently like I had the other night on that one. We're going to work that. I'm just going to look at it from all sides. I want to kind of make sure I have him so he can sit. What we're going to do is we're going to make the back legs almost like a little rabbit foot. So we're going to take this little round piece of clay, and we're going to make, almost think of it as like making a little log. It might be a little hard to see because of the scale we're working on right now. But we're going to take that and just kind of make a little log. So this is what it will look like from the side, the front. And we will take, and I want to show you, we're going to place that right here on the rabbit. So that's going to be this, like a little rabbit foot. So we're going to take, and we're going to just work that in like that. And we're going to take, and we're going to put that on another one on the other side too. So we're going to take this other little ball of clay. We're going to roll this between our fingers like we had the other one. And we're just going to take, just think of like almost like a little log, like we had done previously. And we're going to take, now we're going to place that right under here. So I'm just going to try to make sure I'm placing them roughly in the same spot for proportion. That's what it looks like from the bottom. And this is what it will look like from, I'll show you. I'm just going to work that in a little bit. I'm going to just take and work that. I'm going to flip that over, and we're going to just, so I just want you to get a good look at that, kind of use our fingers to kind of work it a little bit. And I'm going to put that right there. The next step that we will take is we're going to take and create the front legs. So we're going to take and we're going to roll this piece of clay here, almost like a little log again. And we're going to take and we're going to just roll that like that. That's going to look like a little, that's what it should look like from the side, and that's what it will look like from the front. We're going to actually make another one, and that way we can do both the legs at the same time. I'm going to take and make another, almost like a little log, like this. And we're going to take and make that into that shape. I'll show you. I want to make sure they're approximately the same size, so I'm going to compare them. They're approximately, they are about roughly the same size, so that's good. So we're going to take this piece of clay here, and we're going to create his front paw. So what I'm going to do is take this piece of clay here and just kind of work it in like that. And we will use the toothpick to show you right here. We're going to kind of take and work the clay together. Just do that ever so slowly with the toothpick, so it kind of molds together. You do that on that side, and the other side we'll just kind of work with our hands to kind of work that in. So we will take and we will proceed to do the other side. So I'll show you, we kind of work that in with our fingers. And it's actually very easy to do. And we're going to take, and we're going to use our toothpick again, and we're going to kind of take that, I'll try to show you from here, and just kind of work that like that. That way we know it's attached. I'm just going to take a quick look at this from the front to make sure I didn't miss anything. So what we're going to try to do now, just want to do a few tweaks to it. So what I'm trying to do is make the little paws. So I take and just kind of flatten them out a little bit like that. And what we're going to do is we're going to take, the next step in the process, we're going to take our toothpick here, and we're going to create the little paws. So we're going to take, and you take from the front, and you go 1, 2, 3 to create the paw. Then you can do the same on this side. You can do 1, let's see, 1, 2, 3. And then we will do the same for the back legs. I'll do it from the side here. So you're going to do 1, 2, 3. See, make that little indentation for the paw. We're going to do the same thing on this side. 1, 2, 3. That's what you can see what the little paws look like. You can see those little indentations. And we will proceed now to make, just want to see if he's going to stand up all right. Yeah, it looks like he's in good shape. We will now proceed to make rabbit ears. So what we're going to do is we're going to make almost like a diamond shape. So we're going to take and flatten this clay out, but we're almost going to make like, they're almost going to look like little diamonds. I'll show you. We're going to make the ears like this. And what I'm going to do is I will make both sets of ears. I'm going to proceed to get this other piece of clay, and we're going to make the other ear, and I'll show you, that way we can get them done together. We're going to make the diamond shape again, like this. And I will show you how that should look. Get the diamond shape like that. This is kind of the shape that you want. We're going to round off the top of the ear. So I'll just show you in my hand so you can kind of see what I've done. This is what the ear will look like. And now the next step in the process, we're going to take and we're going to make an indentation in that ear. So we're going to take this toothpick and we're going to kind of take and work that in like this. We're going to make those indentations to make the inner part of the ear. So take your toothpick and just kind of work it like this. And you're making the inner part of the ear there. It's pretty cool. Now we proceed to do the other one. So I will take the other ear and we'll do the same thing. We're going to take and we're going to make the little indentation with the toothpick. So you're going to do this here. We're going to make that indentation. And do that. So that's what it should look like. We can also take the top part of the ear and we can round it out a little bit if we want. What we're going to do is we're going to take the rabbit now, and we're going to take and we're going to attach the ear like this and kind of work it in with your fingers from this side. And we will take our toothpick also, and we're going to work it from the other side. So I just want to make sure you can see what I'm doing. We will just work that in like that. Go all the way around. Just go slowly. That will ensure that the ear will stay on. The next step that we will take is I'm going to take the other ear that we made, and we're going to take and we're going to try to attach that. I want to make sure we're doing it roughly in the same spot. And we're going to take, see how we're going to just work that in with my fingers? I'm going to work that here in, like that. And then we're going to go from the other side, and we're going to take and try to work that from the other side like this. I'll try to just go slowly like that and work it that way. Now, what I will need to do is we need to make some button-like eyes. I will take some clay from the side here, and we're going to use, I need to take some clay to create these. What you want to do is just take a little piece of clay. I'll show you the size. I'm going to roll them in my hands right now. It's probably about this size here. We're going to roll them into little pancakes, and we're going to place them on the side for the eye. So what I want to do is take a roll that, then you pinch it between your fingers like this. And what we'll do is we will take, and now we will place that on the side of the rabbit, right about here. And then we will do the same for the other side. We will take and pinch this into a little pancake. And we're going to put this on the other side. So we'll place that approximately here. And we have our eyes. Just want to see if they're roughly in the same spot. So you got the little ear. You got the ears done now. You've got the eyes. And we're going to do, the next thing that we'll proceed to do is we're going to make the nose. So the nose, we will do is we're going to take, I'm going to try to do this from this angle. You want to take and create the nose like this. Go like that. And then we will take, and we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So you create your nose like this. And then you take and create the front part there. It's a really cool thing that you can do. And now we're going to take, we're going to make a smiley face on our rabbit. So now you can take and kind of work that like that from the side and kind of create that smiley face for your rabbit. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to take and just kind of work that like that and kind of curve it up so you get that smiley face. I'll try to see that? That's what the nose looks like. And then that's what it'll look like from the other side. So, you know, you have your rabbit now. And what we want to do too is, this is where it's a larger piece of clay. I'm going to take and flip this and let make a hole in the bottom. So this will prevent the rabbit from cracking when I fire it in the oven. So the next step in the process we want to do is we want to take and make the fur. So I'll show you, make very short strokes like this to make the fur with your toothpick. And you just kind of do very short strokes like this. Now you're going to proceed to make these strokes. You're going to go all around the rabbit. So you're going to just take the toothpick like that, and you're going to make little short strokes. And this creates a nice effect for the fur. It gives you some fantastic results. And just kind of just work it like that. You're going to do the feet. You'll do the little bunny tail a little bit on the back, like that. You're going to do the other side here. You're going to do the legs, or the haunches of the hind leg there. And just kind of work it like that. And you're going to go all around the rabbit like that, even the face. When you're doing the ears, though, I just want to recommend kind of put your finger behind the ear a little bit, and then you just kind of touch it ever so slightly to get the back of the ears, like that. Just want to make sure you can see that, okay. And you do the same on both sides. So you should just make the fur for the entire rabbit. So that's what it looks like. Your rabbit should look like. That's the back and the side. I will show you one that was fired in the oven. And I'm going to pick that up now. This rabbit over here, as you can see, I left him in the oven a little too long, and his ears did get a little burned, but we can take care of that with the paint. But you can see like how I made the nose, the indentation for the nose and the mouth. You can see the eyes, but now you can see all the lines for the fur that I made too. And you go around the entire rabbit, and those are the types of lines that you want to make for the fur. So What I will do now is I will show you how to paint this rabbit from start to finish and show you how you should do it. What we will use tonight is we are going to use acrylic paints, which can be bought in any art store. In this package, they come with about 18. What's great about this, it's a water-based paint, so if you get it on something, you can usually wash it off, and it's easy to wash off your hands. But we're going to use a couple of different colors here tonight. We're going to use almost like a light brown, and we're going to use black. So what I will show you is we're going to have our black color here. I'll put that there. And then we also have, it's almost like a light brown or a tan. And that's the color that we will use for the rabbit's color. Just going to move these paints aside. We'll be using a couple of different brushes tonight. We're going to use this size brush here. It's a little bigger, but where we're dealing with a small animal, I want to use this size brush. And then we will proceed to use an even smaller brush, which is this size here, and that's what we'll use for the eyes. So we will proceed to paint the rabbit the tan color. So we'll take this, and we will paint them. So what you want to do is when you're painting the rabbit, you want to use back and forth strokes. So you go back and forth, like this, in order to paint him. And we're just going to go back and forth. Back and forth, like that. That way you can make sure it fills in nicely when you're painting them. I'm just going to keep using those back and forth strokes. Do that. And then the top part of the cottontail and back here, we'll paint that the light tan color. But what we would do is for the lower part of the tail, we'll paint it white. Because usually a little rabbit's tail, he's got that little white tail in the back. So just go back and forth like this. And you're also going to paint the ears. I'll show you this on the side. So it doesn't matter that I burnt it a little bit when it was in the oven. You can cover that up with the paint like that. Go back and forth. And then we're going to do the same for the other side. Go back and forth, back and forth. So, and then you want to proceed to paint this side of the rabbit the same way. So you're basically going to go around the entire rabbit, painting them that way. What I'll proceed to do now is I'm going to show you how to do the eyes. Then we're going to take the black paint, and we're just going to take and paint the eyes. So the eyes here, as you can see, we're going to take and paint these little eyes right here. I'm going to use the black color. Paint all around, just like that. And then I will turn them to the other side so we can see how to paint the other eye. You can just paint it like that. Just paint it just like that. It gives it a really nice effect. And then, if you want, you could paint the rabbit's nose black and the mouth black right here. But I think for tonight, I'll just show you. I think it looks better probably if it's not painted. We do need to paint a couple more things. Pink and white. I just realized that we want to paint the inner part of the ear pink. I just noticed that I forgot to, we'll get another brush. We're going to take the pink, and what we're going to do is we're going to look at the inner part of the rabbit's ear, and we're going to paint that right here. Just go back and forth, Just paint the inner part of the ear, like that. And then we're going to proceed to do the other side. We're going to take just through the inner part of the ear like that. The pink color, go back and forth. So it should look like that. And then there's one other color I wanted to use that I did mention earlier and I forgot to do it, is the white. We're going to use the white for the cottontail on the bunny. We'll do that on the very bottom of the cottontail. So what we're going to do is we're going to paint this white right here. Because usually that part of the tail is, the underside of the tail is white. So we're going to paint that white. You know, so it gives you a very nice effect when you put that all together. And I will show you what the fully painted rabbit looks like now. As I said, on this one here, you can see the little white tail in the back. He's painted the tan color. The pink for the ears. I painted his eyes black. And in this version, I did paint his nose and his mouth black. You can paint it that way, or you can leave it, just paint it with the tan color, and it'll look just as good. But that's what the rabbit looks like fully painted from start to finish. And I do hope you enjoyed the show tonight. And I want to thank you for coming to Creations in Clay. And I look forward to seeing you again next week. And I plan to get back to adding the finishing touches to my sculpture here. Thanks. Hi kids, how would you like to win some professional modeling clay like the one that I used in the show? Please send pictures of your creations in clay and we will enter them into a drawing. You can send by mail or email, and I can't wait to see what you've been up to.